ebusian for aha Ghana TV GH. Mesro like, comment, subscribe, turn on notification so that anytime videos of this nature are uploaded, you'll be notified. Ebusian for daily graphic a report here Sambia. He did say SM from Ghana and some viewers. And it's captured our front page, to say the government of John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency, intend to say they want to register Asori Amwo on my whim. Now, there are two things I want you to pay attention to. The first one is registration per the Minister of Chieftaincy, any religious affairs, a digital. On registrations digitally, they will want to create a platform that can be linked to Registrar General, then they can easily share informations and all those things with. Now, the second reason they are not telling Ghanaians straightforward, but as some pastors may receive it tip off no, and as a omubuya fuaba, and he say. This government allegedly no a person almost satisfied taxi. Sorry, I'm Ghana have. When him say Ghana, we don't tax churches. And sorry offering contributions. Government does not take tax on them. Now the reason why this is funny to me, tax no po. Besides you say prior to 2024, SARS of way and on say. Yakupon si Mahama His Excellency or Akumapa. And it's about me and Akumapa. And it's yan kone kota ba Mahama. Nipa or Akumapa no. Or no na ultimate ba mo. Now to me cancel a betting tax. Or cancel betting tax in there. Now I done any ho. Edne ni ko si sorry for so. Say sorry. He say which you are title bet your tax home. So he says yes. Every income of the church. Just sorry no. Munfa deposit musika or bank. Because the moment you do that, they will be able to trace your income. And I say, sorry, especially the big ones, Sundays, not GRA, send the officers to sorry them. And by force, say every church, every Sunday, somebody from GRA must be part of your offering collection team. And then when you offering new now then the person will write down the numbers, the figures, the total figures, both will see it, everything. Then government will take a percentage from it. I think this is what the churches want. And yeah. That is why you said by force, and go to Obama NDC. And I believe those noises, because me noises, but I won't say me sorry about anything. I'm hearing a lot of noises in our system name. Say moon penny and so for baby say moon penny say yes also we are not going to tolerate or entertain that. Nobody is going to say on penny. Are there para NDC for the baby biano? We are software, we are health worker, we are fetish priest, we are imam, whatever is your profession, whatever is your calling, we are all becoming patriotic. We all support the NDC government. Entina koko for the buyer no eje tum kwenkwen nesi enti say aban na hu say system ni nyina no omutimi gi tax Yakupon si kansu na omkoji tax so a who are we to say is the wrong thing? It can't be the wrong thing. John Mahama can never get it wrong. Say John Mahama na nyasamboa for. There's a term be like that I wanted to use, but I've forgotten. Hey, QA is you. Now, when you are supposed to use it, brother, now I do say can. Free with 3 miles. But me go so. Kaka cry bedro. Obi see or timia. I say me then. I say my airway tree be like that. As part of the work, I love speaking Chi, right? And as I'm trying to say. Let me divert you. Let me go back. I'll tell you that story later. Why maybe my tree is not so perfect and all those things. But this is the issue that's come for our churches. And government, NDC government already almost started a year registration. And from that registration, next thing everybody tax Hamaka and one I'll keep you updated as to the changes be by which I doubt, and whatever more information comes, I'll let you know. Don't go anywhere. Ghana SMTVGH. You can donate to support us by sending something to Momo Naba Airwall screen. I say, thank you so much as you do it always. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.
NDC for now, Ayɛka no correct Mahama. Mobile comment section now. Say, you can never compare your family to President Mahama. You can never be President Mahama. Let me tell you the bitter truth. Mahama's kind of presidency is what will give some of us confirmation that, in fact, at this my young age, I can lead this country better. But then again, we have 6 million Sikufans who don't have focus. Okay? Mahama's kind of presidency is something that will convince any low-thinking person that you can also be a president. So there is actually nothing fancy about Mahama presidency that I will daydream or dream to be. There are a lot of productive presidents for me to set example as out of. And if I want a president that will be like, Mahama will not make it to that list. Okay? Maybe you selfish bunch of people and population that will never want others to succeed, so that you keep being at the top and subject others to what? Total agony, like Mahama is doing. You are the people that fantasize about him. If it is left onto anybody to assume presidency and achieve inflation of distress, and then use resources, gold reserve, to pump and buy fake dollar exchange rate, whereby the population cannot even live that in reality, I would be a better off being a president than this your so-called Mahama. If being a president is all about assuming power and denying people their hard-earned salaries, and then touring countries and buying positions and recognition, trying to be relevant. In fact, I can be a better off president than President John Dramani Mahama. So, in fact, there is nothing fancy about him to admire, except you all are that selfish set of population who are always looking for who to take advantage of so that you can make it in life. What President Mahama is doing with his family is nothing but subjecting a whole population to total agony and suffering, whilst he built his family and amassed wealth to retire. And if that is the kind of president you all are looking for, I would be a better off president than him. And I don't fancy Mahama. I don't. Because you know what? In life, I don't believe that I have to subject people to agony so that I will get my portion. No, I don't do that. So if I was a president, I bet you I will go beneath and above to make sure nobody hits on the street to cry for salaries they work so hard for. If I ever become a president of this nation, I would make sure that systems work and triumph to protect people and save them from this kind of suffering and agony that you are going through. But political egos are not allowing you to call the man out and tell him what he's short of. I don't fancy him. And I've never even dreamed to meet president. I don't admire his kind of leadership. I don't dream to be like him. In fact, for me to dream that Mahama will be my family member, I would rather dream of another president. I have President Kufuor, I have President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. There are a lot of people. I want people. I'm not just desperate to look for a title man to belong to my family. If it is all about being irresponsible to make a name, I will be a better off leader than President Mahama. All he does is subject majority of the population to suffering and agony, whilst he seeks relevance in other countries and build wealth with his family and all that. And that is not what I'm looking for. I've never had to go through that. Nana Addo as a president gave me a lot of things to admire, to look out for in leadership. President Kufuor as a president even when I was young, gave me a lot of things to look and admire. And Mahama is not even in that list. I've never dreamed of him because me, except if I become a daughter of Mahama, my heart will automatically change to be as wicked as his own. But if it is this heart that I carry, that I will be Mahama's daughter, I will be a depressed president daughter. Because I can't handle seeing that people toil so hard to work for their daily earned money. And this man will be that selfish and heartless to deny them and pay few people to still come on this app and sit trying to defend that kind of wickedness. I will be frustrated in that his mansion. So I don't. It's like some of you are so low and limited in life that you have never encountered what? A depressed rich person. But some of us, we have seen it all. And I don't. So if you are so desperate in life that even Mahama will kill people, people are going to die because he will not pay them and give you your bit to chop. You will like Mahama as your family. That is your own damn business. I don't admire him. For me to wish that Mahama will be my father, I have a lot of, in fact, influential leaders in this world that I would rather wish for. Not Mahama. He will not make it to the list. So please, you people should carry your low self-esteem somewhere. Besides, am I at the age of President Mahama? And if at this my young age, I can figure out when somebody is unproductive, when a grown-up is very, very, very irresponsible in his leadership, in his ways, that tells you what I can be if I become someone like him. But then again, we live in a country that you fantasize about everything. And that is why some of you, you admire people. God, I want this. Till the day of reckoning come. And when some of them, their lifestyle have been exposed, you feel guilty in your own corners. Because you didn't know all that you were admiring was nothing but evil. All that you were admiring was nothing but what? Somebody subjecting other people to pain and agony just to make it in life. That is the kind of admiration a lot of you have for President Mahama. What is so fantasizing about President Mahama? That I have a father who people will work and he will not pay them. That I have a father who will come and people will have to use buckets and cover their faces just to express their freedom of speech. That I have a father who will come to power. And then one single promise, he can't fulfill it for the people. That I have a father who is more like a scammer, who just manipulate vulnerable population, assume power and do what he like. There are better fathers figures and better presidential figures I can wish for. So please, if some of you were raised by fathers who deem other people, who suppress other people to make your life better, and because of that, you admire leaders like President Mahama, that is your business. But stop coming to our comment section and making it look like Mahama is somebody that everybody will wish for. There are better off leaders and presidential figures that I will wish for than President Mahama. And he will be the last president that I will wish to have in my family. So please, send your trauma away. We don't admire anything here. We admire relevance. We admire impact. We admire productivity. We admire good leadership that bring impact. We admire directional leadership. And not just a tall man who walk about manipulating vulnerable population and does not know what it is to even build a legacy. So please, send your psychotic, in fact, traumatized self away out of our comment section. Mahama I have a lot of presidential figures I can admire and wish them that they belong to my family. And he is not even.
Cook me no ya dream. Say kwafo bre. Enti omusika no, ese Ghana bo ho ban yi. Ni ti omuka no musu mitimi ye nneoma tete no omutimi ye. E bin see that in 18 years of cocoa business. Say aban bi aba ati cocoa sika so. Enti saka we nyina ye be hu ye no. E na kufu ado aban ye se da bi. Papa na wodi mutintiman. Ye do wo court. ye ma wo charges mako 27.
No, within 8 years, no more to me, and more in the assembly.
And yet, Ghana buying court, no, and independent. Enti Emrano Ekoso, and you say court a whole monsa, say Omunia Semino, and your Mahama buying, and the buyer, and will be trust as Semino.
Say, Bishan, said they need enough evidence about to me a moment.
And ka court be true case in our way. Abena so kasa and ka court be true as in our way. Enti so be Ghana baya JDM Ghana Attorney General. Ghana Attorney General and new MPP in NDC. Ye foul say the bo or minor ho buying so be the bonitia or minor. Who now be me panel cocoa na 10 minutes in so. Enti the American actually fifikwete ni NDC abang. Any President John Dramani Mahama ne say wakasa bebre a wantimi anye. Enti the working me njindi minwa yi kase enemem ene de John Mahama say cocoa beans ni ye de bi ma Ghana for e ya de fofo when you nim wo man mu say ye beans no ye ton bi ma Ghana companies e wa so we need this
match 400,000 tons.
So it is nothing new. We are increasing it, which I agree. And yet, and ye ba best started. In fact, so the farm minerals, no. Get the Kaomoba ya Omakwaku ECU, Ghana Integrated Aluminium Development Company. No. Why did they get the buy? Free to take 19 Kojoho, you to a bauxite, you are quite ton raw abuchi. A Kufuad Wabaya, my friend, say you a criminally managed government, useless government. A Kufuad Wabaya, a tenacity. A take Yadek say, young be refineries. 4 Awaso, Chebi, any Kureki Kaho, say a one year war bauxite wo, na Brofunes is Yache, Valco, ye 2 raw no ye de kwabuchi na Valco akwakoto refined one no da yaba be ye na juma. Sebi nyanse bi anim. Nti Akufo Addo na ban tena se hihye Yadek na oba ye oba be ECU. Okay. Enti me pese me kire say kasa no boss no ye John Mahama e kankra no say by 2030. Ya de pa but ya yemfa baby anokre eda no ento sad we are working e ya Akufo Addo aban na start here begins with Akufo Addo enti me gisa abasobode any man ho ye me twa to ni say
we twa to David
abena
David and me ya obeka che me say me
nanka me bobo companies na hwe okotema Cargill omutokuku edi ye nyoma bibiri se woko Olama omutokuku se woko Barry Calbot anu omutimi di bi ekuku bata ne nyoma bibiri mai enti nya de fofo but ye wo hyemu kinane wo ba beto aso no kama ye hu se obi start ye na wo ba beto aso na no kredi a ye diama Ghana politicians nti sanse wajina baby aka say obi a useless government wajina baby aka say the government the economy was criminally managed nti wa won seme ba be wo na mpanyimfo say we need to be bria won hu se ni party na hokra na wo be sign ho na akoma aponchi anchi